How you been doing?
Yeah, I've been doing all right. Been doing all right. You know, trying to hold it down, as we always do. You know, do what we can.
Sometimes I forget that Zatark is also like a dialogue master. Yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, you guys have, I think, done better than anyone could even imagine with the South. So,
Yeah, I mean, there's always something missing. You know, it's never gonna be the same. Never is the same. Different times, though. Different times.
well, what do you mean? What do you think is missing?
I mean, you, Tony.
You don't think we're kind of on a weird path, trending back towards well, not those exact sort of days, but maybe a resemblance of it?
I mean, I don't think it's weird. No, I think it's unexpected, but necessary. I think it's about time people start healing. You know.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, listen. I think something that Cyprus is good at doing is trying to extract some good from all the bullshit we deal with. So, and I think for me this time around, there's a lot of closure. I was even speaking to Clark actually just earlier about maybe trying to do some form of an entirety of Cyprus meeting, maybe like twice a week, or sorry, once every 2 weeks or some shit.
Yeah, I think that would be great. I think Sab is coming over tomorrow to get to know some of the people that that are in the South. So that's it's good. It's good. I think we should do the same with the North. You know.
Yeah, I
come to
think
one of your meetings.
just because there'll always be a North and a South, it doesn't mean that there can't be a lot more unity involved in that.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So what the hell happened? I mean, with the prison and shit.
I mean, truth be told, a lot. I mean, fuck. It was not easy. It was not easy for me to put in what I thought was a lot of effort into the North, and then make a decision for, I'm about to be gone for a week, and kind of fuck around a little bit, put Leah as a Don. I know it's gonna cause some friction, some spice, whatever the fuck, but and pretty much it all unraveled in maybe less than 2 hours. And then having to that entire situation that transpired between fucking Larry, Bubbles, and Leah, there was never a moment for any of them where they just stopped and really thought about it all. And the positions that we're putting people in, and the hard decisions that were going to come from it. And I'm not the world's greatest leader, but I do, and I do love to put an emphasis on lessons I try to teach. And I really thought I did a good job at that, and it really showed me that I guess I didn't. Not to say it was my fault, to be fair. I take no personal responsibility for the stupidity they've done to each other, but it just wasn't a good feeling to watch. Just to watch that shit. That shit was fucking just sad.
Yeah, it's exactly like you said. They just didn't think about anything at all. It's fucking crazy that they shot her.
I mean, not only did they shoot her, they then attempted to ocean dump her.
Jesus.
In hopes that nobody would find out. I mean, every step they took, it was never, okay, listen, this is out of control. How can we resolve this? Or, hey, we just did some fucked up shit. Is there a way we can turn it? There was just never any sort of guilt. And the truth of the matter is, they could have both lived. If they resolved that, without me even having to fucking leave, Survivor or make phone calls instead of meetings. They could have just resolved that on their own, but instead it was just jumping to the absolute worst conclusion I think somebody can come up with, which is, listen, I knew Larry crashed out. I mean, we all did.
Yeah.
But I didn't think that he always had a switch in him, right? That he would very quickly turn off when he realized like he was edging that fucking line of no turning back. And I guess just this time and he snapped or said fuck it or whatever. And
Larry was always a ticking time bomb. Just waiting to fucking explode.
he really was. And it was inevitable. The writing was on the wall for a very, I mean, he should have died, months prior to that. And lucky to him, he lived. And I feel like we kind of all use that as an excuse, or divine intervention as an excuse just to not make that hard decision, right? So it's interesting that, I mean, seemingly he didn't learn anything from that. So, and even Bubbles, Bubbles was the hardest one because I don't think he wanted to do any of what he did. I think his like innate reactions just kind of took over. Seeing his fucking boy get shot and shit. Like he didn't really think about those. And then once he probably realized what he did, he probably knew what the fuck was coming to him. So.
Yeah.
And I mean that shit broke me. But I'm happy I did it. I learned a lot in my time in jail and on house arrest and all that shit. But again, now I have fucking Martin out of the ICU. Waking up to this shit, and he's got to make. I mean, I don't know. This isn't easy. This isn't, your boy you're gonna chill with one day again or whatever. This is some straight, Cyprus law, right? They're fucking treasonous. Zero toleration, zero tolerance for any sort of relationship with them ever again. Asking that of Martin, I'd be naive to pretend it's not a fucking crazy ask, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's probably going through it.
Yeah, so even I mean, if that could just go so fucking bad. We'll see though.
I mean, if Martin decides to leave, that's World War III down here, Arush mentioned it earlier. It's probably going to lead to something big. We gotta get ready for whatever, I hope he doesn't leave.
Yeah, I did meet up with Harry and Arush. I mean, we tried to get a hold of, obviously we weren't around, but had a little meeting over that exact topic where we just gotta be ready for it. I mean, when I did speak to Martin, he was very calm, level-headed, understanding in a lot of ways, but at the end of the day, when you're in a room with your boys, your opinions could very quickly change with those emotions kind of hit you at once. So
True. Yeah, that's true.
and like I said, if I was in his position and that was fucking you or fucking Harry or Arush, I don't know what I would do, truthfully. So just brace for the fucking worst outcome.
For sure. It was that was a crazy day. You called me, you told me what had happened, and we came down here, and Courtney and some of the other treasonous were around, circling the block. We told them to fuck off to get out, and we had a lot of people with us, so didn't really do anything then. But I later went to the apartments, and Larry was there, Bubbles was there. They pulled me aside. They told me their side of the story. I told them just exactly what you just said. They thought they didn't think before acting. They shot what was a Don at the time, right? And actions have consequences. But the most shocking thing of all of that was they were with Courtney. They were with Junior. They were with everybody that that we had blooded out, basically. Not 2-3 hours after they were let out of the hospital. That was
in a weird way. It just confirms like what we've always talked about has been confirmed. Because I mean, if you it's something I don't like doing, but it's interesting when I do it. and that is try to get into the mind of these fucking idiots and their horrible decisions. But if I was Larry, or if I was, let's say, Joe, and you blooded me out 6 months ago, Larry did not give a fuck and stayed with you for 6 months, and then the minute he is blooded out, he is calling me. Why in the world would I join and help you out when you were not there for me? It just goes to show how true that hate there is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And I mean, honestly, I'm happy that I saw that, because at least it makes it a hell of a lot easier to fucking live with now. It just goes to show that they were never really a part of this.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, did I even tell you how that whole thing even happened? What led up to it?
No. All I know is they were gunned down in the slaughterhouse. That's it.
All right, so obviously Survivor was happening, and I didn't want to. I was gonna leave Survivor, but I didn't want to do it because obviously Annie put in so much fucking time on that shit, and I just couldn't really just fuck her over. So it kind of put us in like in this awkward like stalling like period, right, where I couldn't really deal with him until Friday, when it was over or whatever, or whenever the fuck I would have been eliminated, which was Friday. Anyways, so Friday comes, and in my mind, I'm gonna put Leah, Bubbles, and Larry in a fucking room and see like what colors come out. Leading up to that, well, the basis of the entire thing was people just didn't listen to orders that were difficult to listen to, right? So I was gonna fucking push these guys to the edge with orders to see if they would go to the edge, and before pushing them off, I would have allowed them to redeem themselves. Truthfully, that was my plan. So when I met Leah, she was the first one to meet, for me to meet. Larry and Bubbles were not around at the time, so I met her, and my intent was to kill her. Not specifically at this meeting, but you know, eventually when Larry and Bubbles were all in the room together. But I mean, Leah just stood her ground. She listened to every command I gave her, and she very well knew where it was leading, and did not run or try to fucking kill me or defend herself or anything. She understood, and then in that showed me that okay, well, she understands. And then while this is happening, I'm speaking to Larry via text, maybe for about an hour. Need you to come here, come to the butchery. Nah, I'm not coming to the fucking butchery. I know what the fuck happens there. Fuck you, fuck this, fuck that. And then very quickly, I guess he would, you know, do what Larry does and realize what the fuck he's saying. Then boom, oh no, I'll be on my way soon. I'll be on my way soon. My bad. I'll be on my way soon. And it was kind of just back and forth like that for about an hour. And eventually they're finally on their way. And I'm sitting there in this butchery just with Leah, who's been there the whole time. I'm like, okay, well, if they reacted in the way that Leah is reacting right now, they might all three be alive by the end of the day. But on their way there, I received a phone call from, I believe it was CJ, who was like, oh, I heard Larry and Bubbles talking to somebody on the phone about a radio or some shit. I'm like, oh, okay, so, well, they're coming with a, you know, a contingency backup plan or whatever the fuck.
Damn.
So, now get this. Larry, I guess by mistake, texted me the radio channel they were on.
No way.
Yeah. And I didn't have a radio. So when they pull up, I get real fucking aggressive, right? And like I said, I'm being intentional in this aggression because I want to see if they're capable of listening to their Don, even if their Don is about to kill them. I want to see how deep that loyalty to Cypress went. And as you can imagine, right off the bat, there was none. It was immediate arguing and bickering. Then I asked, so who were you on the phone with at the apartments? Didn't answer, deflected. Oh, who were you on the radio with? Oh, didn't answer, deflected. They didn't know I had the radio channel. So I'm like, oh, Larry, you got a spare radio on you? And he's like, yeah, I got a spare radio. He handed me the radio. I turn the radio on. I go to the channel. I go, Bubbles, say radio check on this fucking radio right now. It's like, oh, what do you mean? I'm like, say radio check on the fucking radio. This is the radio channel, right? And I pull out my phone and I read to them the radio channel. Larry texted me. And I said, say radio check on the fucking radio right now. And then they refused and shit got real fucking hot. And then fucking Larry started saying some fucking crazy shit. So then I fucking pulled the gun and I pointed at the fucking Larry and I said, say radio check on the fucking radio. Then Larry tried to run and pull. So I shot him down and I looked at fucking Bubbles and I shot him too.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, even in... This is why Tommy DeVito and Ilya. Their deaths were so hard for me, and at the same time, it was almost a thing of beauty, because the essence of it was loyalty till the very end. They stood there like men, true soldiers, willing to pay for their crimes. Not even pay for their crimes, willing to die for their Don, whether it was right or wrong. And the truth of the matter is, Larry and Bubbles are a dime a dozen. That loyalty, that sort of mentality, that sort of approach to things is maybe 98% of people you'll meet in your life. So it pains me that we lose people who, till the very end, till their last breath. We'll listen to the call, to the order. And that's what makes them dying so hard.
I mean, you're 100% right. Fucked up world we live in, huh?
It really is. And you know, I could ramble on about this for fucking hours, but the fact that these motherfuckers in a fucking instant, just turned to the people that we got rid of and came together like the fucking Sinister Six to fight Spider-Man. In less than probably less than an hour, less than a fucking day even.
Yeah.
Then you think about all the effort you put into avoiding that sort of conclusion, Luciano. The amount of effort, lessons,
Everything we've done.
people that we have sacrificed, literally have sacrificed, to allow this message to crawl in the minds of the people around us and really like plant itself in there. Not a single thing reciprocated. Not a single thing.
That's the thing, man. I mean, loyalty is a crazy thing. You know, it can be a tricky thing. It's precious. It's not something you can buy. And I think one of our mistakes that we've done here, one of many, is that we've tried buying that loyalty, with the buy-ins and shit, right? What does that mean to them? I mean, it's yeah, okay, I'm in the organization, but are they truly loyal? They're not. Maybe not all of them. Some of them, yeah, sure.
Damn, it's
Some
like
of
Lucia's
them have
kind of talking the
grown
line right now, low key.
into having that loyalty, for sure. But loyalty is not something you can buy.
Damn.
And unfortunately, in the case of Larry, Bubbles, and everybody else that we've had to put a bullet into it, that has been the case. Fake loyalty. It's what it's been.
Deeply looks,
It's been a whole case of fake it till you make it.
Or looks deeply.
It's unfortunate. It's fucked up to see.
Yeah. Loyalty doesn't really exist like that anymore.
Yeah.
Makes you question a lot.
Now listen, I know we've all been through hell and back. There's been a lot of storms brewing in
A little
Cyprus.
too intense.
But at the end of the day, the storm settles. No matter what we do or say, at least amongst us, you, me, Harry, Arush, Tony. I think we all understand the true meaning of loyalty, and at the end of the day, we have each other's
What a
backs.
crazy conversation
No matter what
for
happens,
Lang to be
no
having
matter
right now, Luciano.
how many Larrys we have to.
With what he was
get
just
rid of.
saying before this.
As long as that continues and remains, I think we'll be all right.
Yeah. Me too. I don't know if Harry told you, but we finally had the conversation that we needed to have when I was in jail. So we're on good terms again.
Yeah, he told me. Apparently he tried getting in there with a helicopter or some shit.
I didn't even realize it was him sitting across from me until he started speaking. I was mind blown.
Fucking dumbass.
Yeah.
Shit. That's Harry Brown. Now, well, listen, I'm sorry all this has happened.
There's no need to apologize, Lush. Things happen for a reason. for reasons you guys will probably never understand. And maybe one day, hopefully I can explain. Me confessing and everything that's transpired after that is something I needed. And I'm good now. I'm realigned, I'm refocused.
Good. You know I'm here for you. Whatever you need. You've given me a lot, Lang. You've given me, you've given me everything. You know, from all the way back to Little Italy to now. I mean, I remember a day in your office at the Clean Manor. You you made the decision right there whether or not to kill me and my brother. And you didn't. You gave me a life that, you know, I'm still living. So, you know, there's some things you gotta tell people before, you know, whatever happens. Who knows? Maybe you get locked up again. Maybe you die. Maybe I die. You know, it doesn't. You gotta say them before it's too late. And I just wanted to thank you.
Well, there wasn't nothing you haven't earned, so.
All right. If there's anything you need, you know where to find me, brother.
You as well, Lush. And I hope one day, maybe we're working together again like we used to.
Hey, looking forward to it. Appreciate the talk, huh?
Yeah.
I like the cane, by the way. Looks good.
Dude, Langus, this is crazy. Like, it's like another, like, mental war now, dude, with, like, Cypress and fucking Talon. Like, that's a crazy conversation for him to have. Because the reality is, like, there's a loyalty that Lang has that's higher than Cypress, right? And it's crazy the amount of things that could happen that will show that and probably destroy Lang's life, like, permanently. Like, he would have to, like, retreat and hide in the Rooster's basement for the rest of his fucking life. I'm not even kidding. There's an arc, there's a potential arc for something like that to happen. Where he becomes such a fucking hypocrite that he has to leave. And it's interesting because, like I said, if you look at the Gigi situation, like I said, let's pretend that, and I hate using Gigi as an example because I know viewers just get weird about everything. But the only reason I use her is because, you know, there's a potential in what she's doing that is dangerous. But like the moment Lang needs to kill somebody for Talon that is in Cyprus is when things get very fucking weird. And I don't even know how I RP that shit out personally, but it'll be a very interesting arc, to say the least.